Since finding out about MBR Aiken, I've done everything I can to share the word and just get the news out that this is actually happening. I actually feel like a couple of weeks ago I woke up and I've been living in a nightmare ever since. Um, I keep pinching myself. I just don't understand how this is legal in the UK. Last night I chat GBT'd why do they use beagles specifically in these labs? And it basically came back and said that the beagle is the least aggressive of the dog kingdom, and they're the most forgiving. And it broke my heart. After a week of ringing and writing to people and trying to find out what the fuck is going on, and how this is legal, I've determined that it's actually all down to the Home Office. So Keir Starmer and his little ghoul of gremlins are the ones that actually license this barbaric behaviour. We've seen the puppy killers that work at MBR Acres, the breeders that have been going in and out, and they're laughing and smiling at the protesters as they leave. So to me, that just proves that they are sadistic animal killers. They're actually getting off on what they do. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I'm a big believer in good and evil, and I really do believe that some humans hold good spirits and some humans hold evil spirits, and that's basically what we're dealing with here. I don't want to get all religious with anyone. I'm open to all ideas of religion, and I'm not actually any sort of religion myself, but I do believe in good and evil. And what I'm seeing is that these puppies are in the hands of evil breeders that are allowed to torture puppies. They're allowed to leave them in hot tin sheds at 30 degree plus temperature with no water, in their own mess. I mean, obviously it goes on. There's just so much evidence and footage out there now that, eyewitnesses, the Camp Beagle have been out there for 4 years trying to bring awareness to it. And I feel really guilty that I've only just come across this story, and the mainstream media never hit it. Why is this not in the news? Why are these sheds hidden out in the middle of nowhere? It's because they didn't want the people to know. So what we've got to do is up the pressure now. The public need to shout for these dogs, because these dogs deserve to be in a home with a family. The stuff that I've seen, and just check it out for yourself, guys. I know it's hard to look at, and even if you don't want to check it out, just please sign the petition. And we really, really do need people to still up the pressure, right to the Home Office, right to your MPs. RSPCA, a complete waste of time. I'm absolutely disgusted with RSPCA, how they deflect the problem. It's almost as if they know that the big boys will cause them trouble if they even think about getting involved. And that's what I say, guys, we're up against. The Home Office is completely evil. To be licensing something like this in 2025, it's unacceptable. Before last week, I honestly believed that animal testing was banned in the 70s. I had no idea that dogs were ever used for this kind of thing. I think a lot of people have a misconception of animal testing when they think makeup, cosmetics, but it's far more satanic than that. These little puppies are being made physically sick. They're being given doses and doses of chemicals and toxins to see how much they can take before it kills them. I've seen dogs foaming at the mouth, having convulsions, bleeding out. When you look at the temperament of these dogs, and even the internet agrees that they are the most placid, docile dogs out of all the breeds, it just pulls at your heart even more. And I just think these people that work in these labs and MBR, they lack empathy. They lack empathy. They're narcissistic. They're money hungry, greedy people that hide behind a bullshit story of doing it for medical and science reasons. Now, they can't be very good at their jobs if they're having to go through 2,000 puppies in one facility a year. I mean, how many dogs do they need to go through to find out what it is they're doing? Now, I don't know much about the experiments in the science labs, and I don't want to, but what I've heard is scientists basically use this as a tactic to tick boxes so that they can pass a product as safe and then sell it in the shops for money. This is what these poor dogs are dying for. It's made me really ashamed to be human. It's made me ashamed to live in this country. And for the past week, 2 weeks, I haven't been able to get it out of my head, and I felt physically sick. And I think if anyone is seeing these videos and deciding not to help or agrees with what's happening to these dogs, well, I think it's obvious what you are. And so there's two kinds of people in this world, good and evil.
Broken from doing this. I'm broken. I'm a broken soul. This has destroyed me. Having to listen to this night and day. Never seen a thing in their life.